Tag. The engines on the narrow gauge railway are hard working and really useful. Skarloey and Rheneas are two of the oldest engines on the line, but enjoy playing games from time to time when there is little work to do. Jock is not normally one for playing games, but on occasions he will join in when everyone else is having fun. One afternoon, he pulled into the transfer yards. "Hello, you two!" he called to the old engines. Jock pulled alongside Thomas. "Here are the coal trucks for you, Thomas." "Thank you, Jock," Thomas peeped. "Well, that's my job for the afternoon done. Plenty of time to rest," Jock smiled. "Just what I need." Skarloey and Rheneas grinned. "Jock, why not spend it playing a game with us?" Rheneas called. "We're going to play tag," Skarloey added. Jock looked over at them. "I'm not sure we should be playing tag on this railway. The curves are tight and the hills are steep." "Oh, nonsense," sniffed Skarloey. "We've played it plenty of times before," Rheneas beamed, "and never had an accident." Jock thought deeply for a moment. "OK then," he agreed. "Who's it?" "I'll be it," Skarloey chirped. "Off you go before I catch you." So Rheneas and Jock left the yard at their fastest speed. Skarloey chased them a minute later. "Have fun," Thomas called. Jock and Rheneas sped along the line, with Skarloey not far behind. They raced into the shunting yard where Peter, Sam and Rusty were working. Jock and Rheneas screeched to a halt to avoid hitting Rusty's trucks. "Hurry up, please," Jock tooted. "What are you doing?" asked Rusty. "We're playing tag, and Skarloey's the tagger," Rheneas told him. "We need to get away from him." "Too late!" "Tag!" laughed Skarloey as he bumped into Rheneas. Rheneas bumped into Jock. "Tag!" he chuckled, and he and Skarloey hurried back down the line. "Can we play?" asked Peter Sam. "Of course," Jock beamed. "The more the merrier." "Tag!" And he bumped into Rusty and also hurried back down the line. Rusty chased after them, and Peter Sam went the other way. Rusty raced to the sheds. "What are you doing?" Duke asked. "Playing tag," wheezed a Diesel. "Have you seen Skarloey or Rheneas?" "They went further on," Duke told him. "Can I play?" asked Sir Handel. "And me," pepped Frank. "Of course," Rusty said, and bumped into Frank. "Tag!" he chuckled and hurried off. Soon all the narrow gauge engines had been roped into playing the game. Frank tagged Peter Sam. Peter Sam tagged Bertram. Bertram caught Sir Handel, and Sir Handel then caught Skarloey. Skarloey got Duncan, and Duncan got Skarloey back. Soon Coldy was caught. The engines all enjoyed themselves, but they had forgotten about the work. No coal was delivered to the coal points. Passengers were left at the stations. Fruit wasn't delivered to the transfer yard, and logs for the logging mill were left in the sidings. But the engines continued playing, unaware of the chaos this was causing. Sir Topham Hatt received a phone call from the station master. "What's that?" he asked. "Narrow-gauge engines, not working, angry passengers, Chief Walnut Burger King, that's the least of my worries. I'll be there to sort out the problems immediately." And he hurried to the yard and waited for an engine to pass. Jock tore through, chasing Godred. "Jock!" roared the fat controller. "Hello, sir! What's up?" "Jock, what has been happening this afternoon?" fumed Sir Topham Hatt. "We've all been playing tag," Jock replied. "Me, Skarloey and Reneus had the afternoon off, so we played tag, and all the other engines joined in." "Meaning that they weren't doing their work?" "Yes, oh dear." Jock realised what had happened, and why the fat controller was now talking to him. "I'm so sorry, sir," he gasped. "I'll inform the other engines at once." "Good. Now be quick. We can't make up for passenger trains already lost, but we can still operate the ones we have to go," Sir Topham said sternly. Jock raced down the line. He found some of the engines at the shed. "Ha! Run away!" laughed Peter Sam. "No! Wait! I need to tell you something from Sir Topham Hatt!" Jock called worriedly. The engines all stopped and listened. "Sir Topham is very cross. The work hasn't been done," he told them. The other engines all gasped in shock. "Oh my goodness! Our work! We'd forgotten all about it," Sir Handel panicked. "We need to get back to work at once." The engines sped off back to their jobs. Jock hurried off to find the rest of the engines. He told them all what had happened. They pumped their pistons harder than ever as they hurried back to set things right. "We must help anyone and everyone," Jock told Skarloey and Reneus. "We started this problem, so we must help put it right." The two engines agreed and began helping at once. Jock shunted carriages to the station for passengers, and Duke and Bertram pulled them away. Skarloey collected the logs for the mills from the sidings and hurried away. Reneus helped the mountain engines take the coal to the coal points. And the trucks in the sidings were shunted and arranged. Soon everything was back in order. And by the end of the day, everyone was exhausted and dawdled back to the sheds. "I think we've learnt an important lesson," Jock thought aloud. "Games are fun to play, even better with more friends, but should always be saved until the work is done." All the other engines agreed. "It's our fault," sighed Skarloey. "We dragged you all into it." "We'll be more careful next time," Reneus declared. "Good," said Jock. "Now then, I think we should all get some sleep." The others agreed. And soon, the only sounds heard were those of the sleeping engine.